I'm Christina Kahn.
And I'm Leela Hilton.
And this is Burn Before Reading, a podcast about shiterature.
Here we are to discuss the terrible writing we did when we were younger and to discuss some cringy literary topics.
It is just the two of us today.
Just the two of us again.
Do you want to know what I realized recently?
What?
So our last 3 episodes have been titled Keep It Secret, Keep It Safe, Butthole Edition. No one more beautiful and vibrant than a dead mom.
Yes.
And then the moans of Moria. Which one of these is not like the others?
Dead mom.
Did you realize, because I didn't, that we did 2 Lord of the Rings sex puns in 2 weeks?
I did not realize that.
I totally did not even clock that.
We're on a roll.
The Keep It Secret, Keep It Safe Butthole Edition was about the Bad Sex and Fiction Awards. Had nothing to do with Lord of the Rings.
Had nothing to do. I was going to say that we haven't done anything Tolkien except for Danny.
Yeah, but the moans of Moria, so good. So fun.
I was just listening to it today during my walk, and just I couldn't stop smiling and laughing the whole time.
That's one of those things where, like, if you have it in your ears and you like pass someone and you're like, "Hi, good afternoon," and then you're like, I'm a deeply fucked up person. Yeah. Something's wrong with me.
I ain't right.
I ain't right. Yeah, so I have really enjoyed our last 3 weeks of podcasting. Another couple notes up at the top here. I have been on a couple podcasts recently that I want to plug.
Yes.
I guested on TV and Movie Trivia Pod with our friend Brian, who you don't know who that is. He's my friend. I've been on that show a couple times, maybe like once a year for the last like 5 years. His show is exactly what it sounds like. TV and movie trivia. This episode that came out a couple weeks ago, I talked about 21 Jump Street, which I love so much. I think it's so fun and funny.
Me too. I love that movie.
A lot of good one-liners. Me and Greer have started using, which is very funny if you know what our number one relationship problem is, which is that I want kids and he doesn't. But there's this part where like Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill are about to like jump out from hiding into the action, right? And Channing Tatum's like, "All right, are you ready to go?" And Jonah Hill goes, "Let's make a baby." Channing Tatum's like, "What?" And he's like, "I don't know. I thought it would sound cool." So we've been incorporating that into our, it's like, "Are you ready to drive?" And they're like, "Let's make a baby."
Do you think maybe what if one time you're like, "Oh my God, you finally came around. That's great, babe."
Let's make a baby.
You said it. It's on the record. I recorded you.
It's on the record. It was your idea.
Yeah.
In a court of law, this will stand.
Yeah.
So anyway, Brian's a delight. I've been on in the past to talk about like a season of Rick and Morty. That's all I remember, but I've been on like a lot of times. I should have checked my history there. But anyway, please go check that out. I'll link it in the show notes. I also recently guested on, count 'em, 2 of our friend Charlie's podcasts. You know, when it rains, it pours, but it's like more like sunshine because I like Charlie. They're not rain to me.
That's good.
When it suns, it shines.
Aw, that's cute.
So I was on Charlie and our friend Ethan's Scooby-Doo podcast talking about the creepy heap from the deep.
Okay.
From the Scooby-Doo show from the 70s. So fun, dude. If you ever just need something to have no brain, all vibes, go back to early Scooby-Doo.
I was gonna say, I like kind of can't handle it.
What do you mean?
And maybe I can watch it again with fresh eyes. I just feel like the last time I watched it in my like mid-20s, I was just like, it's just a cheaply made show for babies, and I feel like it's not fun. But
I don't think it's for babies. I think it's from a time when cartoons were like different.
I guess
were, like,
so.
Built different.
70s cartoons are just like tough for me for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I want to make it clear that despite Leela's personal opinion, she is still deeply, deeply supporting.
I'm so supportive.
Mysteries in the Machine, this podcast that I guested on.
Yes.
I fucking love Scooby-Doo. I was laughing so hard. It's so goofy. If you're in the right state of mind, like I call it like the airplane state of mind. You know the movie Airplane? You got to be ready for some real absurdist humor.
Okay.
Some goofs and gags.
All right.
They even on the show they have like a ranking, like they point out shenanigans, like goofy nonsense stuff, like physical mechanics. You know, like I watched Shaggy and Scooby got stuck with like a door in between them, and Shaggy reached under the door and yanked Scooby
Scoops.
under. Yeah.
Hilarious.
So like that's a shenanigan.
I see.
Or like
That's fun.
they're in like a rowboat and then Scooby lifts up a 18-foot long anchor from inside the rowboat. Okay, that's a shenanigan. You got to embrace it. You got to be in the vibe.
All right. I'm into it.
Yeah, so please check that out. I also guested on Charlie's podcast with our friend Ray. This is a Deus Ex Media Network podcast of the Eldest Gods, and they're covering the new season of Percy Jackson's show, which is coming out on Disney right now.
Fun.
Honestly, second season better than the first. And the first one, I liked it a lot.
Good.
I'm having a really good time. So we got to talk about a really fun episode with a lot of action. A lot of cool stuff. I had a great time. Ray had lost their voice for this episode and they were I'm not going to talk. But then they just like talked the whole time anyway. Still really nice to listen to. So go check out all 3 of those epis and give those shows a shot. Give those shows a shot. How the hell have you been lately, Leela? I've been talking this whole time.
Oh, I've been okay. I mean, you've been at sea and
I've been at sea.
And when I checked your location, you didn't have internet and it just said North Atlantic Ocean. And it's funny because
3-hour tour.
My profile picture for you is your ass.
Oh yeah.
And so
oh my god, and it's
your ass was lost at sea.
And it's a picture that I sent to the group chat being like, I hate how I hate how lewd these leggings are. They're like, I don't think I can wear them in front of children because you can see my ass too much.
Yeah, you can really see the whole package.
Leela said, I'm saving this.
Yeah. It really makes me laugh when I'm tracking you. I'm like, look at that ass all over town.
Do you remember what picture I have for your contact?
Oh, the sleepy one.
She's
right?
pretending to be asleep at our friend's wedding. So I have the same kind of laugh when I see you like speeding down the highway.
Like,
but you're like asleep at the wheel.
But yeah, I don't know. I like was like, well, what if she is lost at sea?
We'll never know.
Actually like got myself like a little worked up a little bit.
Oh my god.
I know.
I was with friends.
I know, but there was no way to know. There was no way to know.
You're
so.
right. There was no way to know until
I
got
was
back.
like, I really hope that she's not lost at sea.
Cruise ship, very safe place to be.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So how was the cruise? Is part of that your cringe?
Yes.
Okay. Well, should we just get into it?
I'll just get into it because like there is cringe in here.
Yeah.
So I'll say that this was my first cruise. My boyfriend Greer loves a cruise. This man, I thought that I was a social butterfly. I am getting less and less every year as I get older. I don't like to drink as much. I'm more afraid of germs. I'm not trying to find love. But I am still pretty social. I don't know if you guys have listened to a single second of this podcast, but I do be talking.
True.
But Greer, he's something else. He has never met a stranger. He is so happy, just like someone's embarrassing dad. You know, he's so happy to be like, well, like what's like the corniest joke? Like, okay, for example, he would at a restaurant, the waiter's like, "Are you done with your meal?" And Greer's like, as you can see, I hated it because he's got like a perfect, perfectly clear plate. Like he'll make any joke like that. Like he is a friend to so he loves being on a cruise because he will walk down a hall of strangers and say something to like every single one in passing. He's like, "Cool hat, dude. I see that drink. I see that drink you're drinking. That's good, but dangerous. Watch out. Ooh, she flip-flopping." Like, seriously. But at the same time, being on a cruise is kind of like that. It kind of reminded me of being on a music festival because you do have something you can say to everyone.
Okay. Yes. There's like common small talk that everyone has in common.
Yeah. Like, did you go on shore today? What did you have for dinner tonight? Oh, yeah, I had that too because there's only 5 options, you know, like anything. So and you want to be friendly with people. You see them all the whole time you're there.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'd never been on a cruise before. Greer loves them. So I said, let's go on a cruise. I like to go south in the winter time.
Sure.
Cure my depression. And it kind of did. I had a good time. I'm the kind of person who I will have a good time anywhere, especially if I'm traveling, especially if I've paid money to be there. I am having a good time.
Yeah.
Unless it is a drastic situation.
Yeah. And especially if there's like sun and it's beautiful. Like, yeah.
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
Well, it just like, it is January.
Yes.
So the days that we were in Mexico were warm, but on the boat was windy and cold, and Tampa was cold. We sailed out of Tampa and it was cold.
Oh, really?
I mean, by cold, I mean like high of 62.
Yeah,
know?
but that ain't Florida weather. You know,
that's
not Florida what I think of.
Yeah. So like on the boat, it was just like, I wish it had been 10 degrees warmer, and I wish there had been 25% as many people as there was.
Yeah.
It was so fucking crowded. like I said, I'm pretty social, but I don't like big crowds, especially not milling crowds. If we're at a crowd at a concert, everyone's standing. If we're doing a march, everyone's marching, right? Milling about makes me want to fucking throw people overboard. So like, breakfast and lunch was buffet. Nightmare of human bodies just standing. Where's the coffee? Like, people like walking and then like stopping right in front of you. Hate it. A lot of people I noticed were on cruises were like mobility challenged.
Okay.
I think that's a great idea. Like I totally understand why if you are mobility challenged, you want to be on a cruise. It takes you where you're going. You know?
Yeah.
There's elevators. It's all like smooth floors and stuff. But that did affect the movement, a lot of olds and scooters and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of olds, period.
I was going to say, were you like amongst the younger?
No, because a lot of families too.
Okay. Yeah.
The kids did not bother me at all. I did not have a single moment where a child bothered me. And I had like, it was actually so cute because kids were just like their parents were up partying and drunk and kids were just like falling asleep everywhere at all hours of the night. Like kids were just like draped over furniture and stuff. Just like, please put me to bed. Lots of cute babies. So yeah, way too many people, not nice enough weather. I really liked being at the beach in Mexico. Like that was fun, but like you could not get a seat at the pool. The pool was like so fucking crowded. You could not get a seat, and it also like was not warm enough to be like basking.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't want to get in that water, really.
Oh yeah, freezing.
And the pool deck always had music thumping, shrill. I don't mind music. Why does it have to be screaming at 10 a.m.?
That's too much.
Horrible. I mean, it really, I found myself walking across the pool deck with my fingers in my ears like a fucking baby. I was like, this is so crazy loud. And then there was also just like the same kind of thing we experienced last year when we went on our vacation to the all-inclusive resort where it was like, I paid to drink every day. I'm going to just binge drink for 5 straight days.
Yeah. And you're like, I feel like shit. Yeah.
Eventually you just fatigue of it. I did pretty good, I think, especially considering how many like fancy sugary drinks I was like, I was drinking a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Mai Tais but I did a good job of like water and like I didn't ever feel sick, but I also never got drunk either because
really?
I just don't get drunk anymore. That's something cool about me.
I thought after your little tolerance break that you probably would for sure.
Absolutely not. I took like a 1 week tolerance break. It was like nothing.
But then that one night you did get drunk.
Are you talking about when I went to the concert? Yeah. I got like slightly drunk.
Okay.
I was drunk enough that Greer being drunk, I was able to like get caught up in it, But I was like, yeah, I definitely was not sober, but I wasn't like slammed.
Yeah. Okay.
So 0% at all drunk on this cruise. So here's my cringes. My cringes cruise. Too many people, way too loud music. I'm not going to call the weather a cringe. That's just what it is.
But it was, though. I mean, how dare it?
How dare it? So next year, maybe I'll take a tropical vacation in like March.
Yeah.
Oh God, I had so many cringes and I was like, I should start writing them down, but I didn't have my phone with me most of the time because there was no internet.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Fucking we talked about this. A lot of wintertime toes. I saw them.
I was wondering.
I really, really hate when I go to the pool. I'm not like the most beautiful girl in the world. Sometimes I have jorts on. Sometimes I have a baseball cap on. But I'm not like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I just like hate the way that like some people, men especially, just like are like, I'm gonna look like a hot garbage can. I really, really hate slides. I fucking hate slides. You know this. You wear them. You wear them the cutest I've ever seen them.
Thanks.
Girls wear them way better than boys.
Yeah. And mostly I wear them indoors, like as house shoes. Yeah.
And like your feet are adorable. You spend a lot of time on your tootsies. Who cares what you're wearing around them? They're adorable. Men get athletic Adidas slides.
I know the ones.
And then their feet go too far through them. So their toes are dangling off the front.
I hate that so much.
Made me... I was like, I will take a knife and chop your toes off. Like, it's a hard no. For, like, we make fun of like Greer and like our friend Andrew for wearing flip-flops a lot.
Yes.
Those are leather thong flip-flops, okay?
Yeah, at least
could
that.
be so much worse.
Yeah.
I've come to love Greer's flip-flops, okay? And he lets me file his toenails. Like, they're good. Like, they are good. His feet are not scary. I really should have written down some more cringe. Oh, another cringe from the cruise. There's a lot of entertainment. I mean, almost nothing but entertainment, right? So many activities, so many like shows, like a ton of stuff. They had like a theater.
Yeah, fun.
But it wasn't a big enough cruise for them to do real shows. So they were like 45-minute medley shows.
Okay.
Like an homage to musicals that have been turned into movies. So they
Okay,
were doing
that's
like
fun.
Chicago, Hairspray. Those are the only ones I recognize.
Hamilton?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That's not a movie. That's a live shot.
Oh, it's a live show.
Yeah. No.
Sound of Music? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Did not do that one.
No classics.
No.
No
I mean,
Rodgers and Hammerstein.
there was a lot of stuff at the beginning where I was like, I don't know what this is. No Roger and Hammerstein.
Okay.
But there was these two girls who were like the activity directors, and they were both they were both British. They were talking really loud. Their voices were a little shrill. Not their problem. Both cuties. But every single time anyone hosted any event on this boat for days, like 30 events a day. Hey, are you guys ready to see this name of this musical? Woo, yeah.
I hate it.
Come on now. I know that's not the best you can do. I said, are you guys ready to see blah, 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 the name of this musical? Every fucking time.
I hate
You
it.
get what you get and you don't get upset. Okay?
I hate that. I don't even like
I hate it so much.
I frankly don't even love it at concerts because it even gets old there where like
it gets old everywhere.
the opening act. I remember still when I went to go see Beyonce and Jay-Z in concert, and the opening act was fucking DJ Khaled. Horrible. And the whole time he just keeps going, who's ready for Beyonce? Who are you ready for Beyonce? I can't hear you. I'm like, I'm not cheering anymore because I don't believe you anymore.
Also, bring out Beyonce and then I'll cheer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw you,
Like,
DJ Khaled.
If you use like saffron, not salt, you know? Don't put it in every dish.
Oh, yes.
It should be used so sparingly. Like, for example, the last time we were there, we played this game called Crazy Quest. So fun. I wish I was still doing it. It basically like was this game where I sailed Royal, in case anyone cares about this. Greer is a loyal royalist.
Loyal royalist.
He's a team in the Revolutionary War. He was a royalist. But it was like Crazy Quest was like we were separated into teams and then we had to like get something. Like, okay, I want to see everyone bring me a can of Coke. I want to see everyone bring me 4 women's bras. And people were just taking their bras off. I want to see up here 2 men on the floor barking like dogs. I saw Greer get on his hands and knees and bark like a dog for this woman. And it awoke something inside of me. And she was like, there was all these men on the floor, all of them. And she was like, come here, boys, come here. And she was like walking around. And I was like, oh, to be that woman. Oh my God.
I was going to say that either would have gone one way or the other for you. So I'm glad that's where it went.
I was wearing a tight little dress and she said, I need 2 women up here sizzling on the floor like bacon. First of all, me and my friend Mariah straight up thought she said scissoring. And we were like, let's go.
We've been training for this.
We were like, let's go scissoring. But then we were like, oh, bacon. So I was like, all my Spanx were out. I was like, oh, I'm bacon. Like, it was crazy. Yeah. Before we went, Greer's friend Travis was like, make sure you wear an extra bra. And I was like, joke's on you. An extra is 1. But I did wear a bra and I got to give it to them.
Good.
I also got, she was like, I need 2 people up here who have secret tattoos. And I have my secret tattoo between my titties. So anyway, that was like a crazy game, right?
Yeah,
and it was late
fun.
at night on the late night at the last night. So that would have been a great time to be like, I can't hear you. I need the energy level so high right now. And you have not heard this every 20 minutes for the last 5 days, right?
Yeah.
You got to save it. That was the moral of that whole story. You got to save it. Rant over. That's the update about my cruise. Overall, I had a good time. I don't think I'm going to ask Greer if he wants to go on a cruise again. But if he asks me, I might go. His last cruise was 10 days. Fuck no.
Wow, that's long.
Fuck no.
That's kind of, to me, that's long for almost any trip, unless I went to like Asia.
Yeah, fully disagree on that, but
I know.
I'm not going to be trapped on a boat for 10 days.
No.
It's just that it's a little Groundhog Day-ish, you know?
Yeah.
I should have bought the Wi-Fi package because as much as I like to read, not having any brain off downtime, scrolling or watching TV was pretty hard.
Yeah.
If I'm laying down, I'm reading. That's all I had.
How much more would the Wi-Fi have cost?
I don't know because we didn't look at it. I think it was kind of expensive. We had like 2 nights left on the cruise and it was like $27 a day or something.
Okay.
I don't know how much it would have cost. We chose not to. And I'll tell you, like, I liked not being attached to anyone.
Yeah.
I liked not scrolling. And something funny happened when I came back in town. Reels and stuff are funny to me again.
Yay. Yeah, because you kind of like lose they like lose their flavor when that's all you've been doing.
Yeah, it's like masturbating 30 times in one day and you're like,
Totally.
I don't even feel this anymore.
Yeah.
So when I got back, I was so tired and I just downloaded Instagram because I wanted to watch cat videos and I watched like 3 hours of cat videos. So I reset my whole algorithm too. It's only cat videos now.
That's great, honestly.
And they're all so funny to me. I would get the Wi-Fi package and I also would bring more books because I brought 3 books and it wasn't enough.
Damn.
I
Well,
know.
especially if you're not going to have your phone.
I didn't have my phone and a lot of the day Greer was like, I'm just going to walk and say hi to people. And I was like, I'm going to sit my ass
Godspeed.
down. Like I'm sitting down. So like my last book, I had to like ration it. You know, I was like, okay, don't read too much because I need it on the plane. Girl, you are not buying a book in the airport.
Oh my God. I just want to walk around and say hi to people. That's like, is he a dog? I think he is a dog.
He needs to be walked every day.
Hi.
He's good with his tongue. Leela, what has been cringing you out lately?
Well, I've been engaging in dry January for the first time in my life.
Yeah, I'm back with you now. After my binge, I'm back on the train with you.
Back on the train. Okay.
Off the wagon. On the wagon.
Yeah.
On the wagon.
Back on the wagon.
Yeah.
It's is it a fun wagon? I'm going to say no to that. I'm happy that I'm doing it. I feel much more healthy. I don't feel bloated. I wake up with more energy. I have a scale and I feel like when I drink, my weight, I've just noticed. Well, I think it's because when I drink, my weight fluctuates like crazy because of all the sugar. And then what happened? Oh,
I was like, why isn't this suctioning?
So anyway, all of that I really like. But there have been some moments where I just like fucking really, really, I'm going full sober, so no weed either. And there have been moments where I just really, really would benefit from just like one bong rip or just like one strong drink. Like, and it sucks to feel that way because then I'm like, well, that's called addiction.
Yeah, like you're not quite in control.
Yeah.
But you're like getting it back though. You're on a path right now.
I am. And I think that if I maybe give it even more time, that I'll like get past that.
Yeah, you
but
totally will.
My brain just hasn't had to really self-soothe like that for a really long time.
I'm full sober. I'm working with some serious anxiety over here. Yeah. My therapist gave me some hardcore tips.
Okay.
Let's do it together.
I'm into it. Yeah.
You going to yoga at all?
No, I'm intimidated, but
let's go this week. I'm getting back into yoga because I know it will help my anxiety. And also because I can feel myself becoming less flexible. I haven't done yoga in like 6 months.
I think it would be good for me.
Yoga's not intimidating because and I've been doing yoga for like a decade or more. Anything you don't want to do, anything that starts to be too hard, just fucking go into child's pose and chill. Then nobody will be like, come on, girls, pick up the pace.
I was gonna say it's not like fucking bar class
like
or something else I took.
Every yoga class is like, do what your body tells you. Every yoga instructor sounds like this. And if it hurts, just walk it back a little bit.
I mean, I think that would be good for me too, because that's like not my relationship with working out either. My relationship with working out is get the fuck up.
Yeah, you need to chill.
Burn more calories. And like, I do need to chill.
Yeah, let's go to yoga. I'm upgrading my membership so that I can take guests and go to classes. So I can do both of those now.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, well, let's definitely do that.
Okay, hell yeah.
So.
Yoga girlies.
Yay. So yeah, anyway, that's my crunch. It's just that I am realizing that like, I knew I was addicted to alcohol.
It's different
and
to
weed,
feel it though.
But really like, feeling the absence sucks.
Yeah.
So that's my cringe.
Yeah, I feel you. You're strong, baby. You got this.
Thanks.
It sounded like you were about to. Okay, today I'm here to present something to you.
Okay.
I feel like every once in a while I'm like, let me break out my college education since I don't use it for anything else.
Dust off that degree.
You know what I'm dusting off? A textbook. I fucking love whipping out a textbook for your
Is
ass.
that from college?
Yes. Why would I have I don't have any textbooks that are not from college.
I thought maybe you were like
Wealthy, just buying textbooks.
oh my god, true. Never
I
mind.
forgot I work for a textbook company too.
Yeah, I was sort of thinking that.
I absolutely don't get these for free. And
do you
this
get
is
like
not my company.
I mean, not that you would fucking want them, but do you get discounted textbooks?
No way, because they're all sold through schools. This isn't even my company. I have in my hands this book called English with an Accent, 2nd edition. Language, Ideology, and Discrimination in the United States by Rosina Lippi-Green, my queen. I'm kind of obsessed with Rosina Lippi-Green. Is she a doctor? I felt like she was, but it doesn't. You think it would say it on the book cover?
I would definitely, if I were a doctor, I would include it everywhere.
I guess she's not a doctor, but I have called her Dr. Rosina Lippi-Green more than once. So this book, English with an Accent, is from one of my linguistics classes. I don't remember what any of my classes were called. There's only 2 I remember. One, Linguistics 101, which I took randomly, which made me fall in love with linguistics. And then I also remember taking Language, Gender, and Power, which was a very dope class that has informed all of who I am today. And it was with a teacher whose name I forget, but like a very old, very cool teacher at my school who that was like her last class she was ever teaching. So I remember those 2 classes. This wasn't either one of those classes.
Okay.
But the cringe aspect of what we're going to talk about today is basically like linguistic prejudice. That's cringe.
Yeah.
And what do you think that means? What do you think I'm like talking about?
I think it's like how what is it called? Like African American, what is it called?
African American Vernacular English.
Yes, AAVA in particular, I think has just historically been like, oh, that's wrong.
Like as an example.
Like let me ask you a question. That type of stuff is just like, oh, what an idiot.
When in reality, let me ask you a question is a very normal, common linguistic process called metathesis, which is also how we got the word bird, which used to be brid.
Oh shit.
I know. So what if we still called them brids? That's dumb.
That's so dumb.
Metathesis is normal. Okay,
Yeah.
Back off. Let me ask you to back the fuck off.
I'm gonna name my daughter Metatheses. We'll call her Meth for short.
If only you'd kept your maiden name, she could be Meth Hyman.
Oh man.
I think I told you that I was on Reddit and someone was like, I want a classic name for my son. Tell me your grandpa's name. And I said, Hyman. I hope this helps.
It's super classic.
Okay, I'm going through the list of figures. I'm taking it to chapter 1. The introduction, the introduction is called the introduction. Chapter 1 of English with an Accent is called The Linguistic Facts of Life. Let me give you some textbook ASMR here.
Whoa.
The linguistic facts of life are basically like Professor Lippi-Green's like foundational philosophies for not being a jackass about language prejudice, basically.
Cool.
So she's got this list and we'll like go through it because you are right. It is about like how people speak differently and about how like people use those differences to be prejudiced or stereotyped or whatever. So like number 1 on this list of the linguistic facts of life is all spoken language changes. So it's important to remember that linguistics is not really about writing most of the time. It's about speech because, and we'll get to this a little bit more later, but like speech is something that human brains are designed to look for when you're like a kid, are the baby friends that we know, they are at different stages of looking for language so that they can start to process it and figure it out. Children who are not exposed to language, like children who are abused and kept locked away, not spoken to very much, children lost in the woods, they will still make language if they're not given language, because your brain just does that. Writing is a learned skill that if you were in a fully oral society, it would never occur to you to write something down, you know?
Yeah.
So just keep in mind, this is all about speech. So all spoken language changes. All that is saying is like, don't be afraid of change. You know? The olds who are... Is that something people say, or have I just started saying that?
No, I think it's like us. It's like a millennialism.
Oh, great.
Well, we're millennials. Whatever.
Ugh. I just did it. Language changes. We call them olds now. And I just prejudiced because it's
you prejudiced yourself.
But like basically like if you expect language to stay the same, you're wrong. The only languages that don't change are dead languages. Latin does not change. No one is using it as their daily language. So Latin doesn't change. Our language changes because people are constantly growing. New concepts are constantly being introduced. The meaning of words is changing. Like in Webster's dictionary, literally also now means figuratively. That's
Right.
in the dictionary.
I think that's so cool.
I think it's
honestly.
really cool too. And it goes to show that like dictionary writers are linguists. Linguists are not trying to tell you how to do things. They're trying to tell you how things are already being done. A dictionary can help you spell. That's for writing. But a dictionary also tells you what a word means. That's for speech and writing. And they don't say this word should mean this. That's not what they do. They say this word is being used in this way. Like, I think it might be like has like 600 dictionary entries. Words like that have like so many dictionary entries because it means so many things.
Yeah.
So all spoken language changes. If you try to resist that, you are trying to resist like human evolution, right? Think about where English was in the olden times. Brid. You would not know what someone was talking to you about if they said that to you. So just fucking get used to it, okay?
Yeah.
Feel free to ask questions. This is going to be a real Tina ranty.
That's okay. I'm into it.
Hell yeah. I've done this rant like a lot. I've done it for like PowerPoint parties. I did it on Wildlings How Do I Book podcast. Like I've done this rant a lot. I think the linguistic facts of life are fucking cool.
And I happen to like not have heard you do any of those.
Oh,
so that's great for me.
And if like all you know about linguistics is this, cool.
Yeah.
Totally cool. Let me see.
I took Linguistics 101 1,000 years ago, and I did find it very interesting.
So cool. I'm looking at the stuff I highlighted. I didn't have a highlighter though, so I was underlining. This is when I started to literally finding linguistics is when I started to realize that school could be fun if you were doing what you wanted.
Yeah, you're right. You're like, wow, I'm actually interested.
I want to take every linguistics class. Okay. All spoken languages are equal in linguistic terms. That's kind of what you were talking about with people sometimes being prejudiced against African American vernacular English. That's not linguistically sound. From a linguistic point of view, all we're looking for is mutual comprehensibility. If people are speaking to each other and they understand each other, great.
So we're talking about spoken language. We're not talking about grammar.
We are not talking about we're not talking about grammar like mechanics, like editing. We're talking about the way people use grammar to get their point across.
Because I'm like, some things I do feel are wrong. Like using the wrong there, that's wrong.
That's writing, though. We're not talking about
so
writing.
Okay.
When you say there out loud, nobody knows what you mean.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what you mean. And like saying something grammatically wrong. Like, I just noticed this in a book I was reading saying, me and Kate are going to go down to the store. Oh, Kate and I. That doesn't matter, even though it is technically grammatically correct, because you knew what she was fucking saying, Mom.
Yeah, and it has a different like vibe to it. It sounds more formal when you're like, Catherine and I. Yeah.
And that's code switching.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all heard of code switching? Y'all?
Oh, I've heard of it.
Come on, audience, let me know.
I watched a Jason made me watch the cringiest thing I've ever seen recently, which is Quentin Tarantino code switching. He's on an interview show talking about one of his movies on like a black on BET.
Oh.
And all of a sudden he talks differently.
He breaks out black voice.
Yes.
I would not call that code switching because that's not his.
No, it's like
code switching is like, have you ever seen Black Klansman? Great fucking movie.
Exactly.
Code switching is like when the main character in Black Klansman, is that Lakeith Stanfield?
No.
I always get those two guys confused because they're both young, hot black actors.
He's like a big guy. Lakeith's like a skinny
Oh,
little
really?
guy. Yeah.
I thought they were both kind of skinny. Anyway, wonderful actor in this.
Oh, yeah. It's Denzel Washington's son.
Oh, my God. I did not know that. Okay, sometimes nepotism works, y'all.
I'm saying.
Anyway, in Black Klansman, the whole point of the movie is that there's this black detective who's going undercover with the Klan only on the phone. And so he's talking in his regular black voice, not like ghetto ass, like, but like, you know, he talks like a black person. It's a little different. And then he gets on the phone with Topher Grace, the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Yeah, David Duke.
Perfect casting all around. And he starts talking like a white man. And he does that a lot. White.
Yeah.
And Topher Grace literally is like, you can always tell when you're talking to a black person, does not say that word, because of the way they speak. And this detective is like, yeah, dude, tell me about it.
And like all of his cop buddies are just like giggling in the background.
It's a great movie, and it's like all centered around code switching. So anyway, that's what code switching is. But all languages are equal in linguistic terms because they all have their own. Even if you go to like Jamaican English, where some of the grammatical functions are a little, sometimes I feel they're a little like Yoda-ish, you know, like some constructions can be a little like the words aren't in the order that you're expecting as a mid-Atlantic English speaker. You can technically understand what they're saying. You might have to think a little hard. That's mutual comprehensibility. And to them, they have a pattern that makes sense in their like regional dialect. And so like that is linguistically valid, that they have a pattern that even if it doesn't match yours, it is a pattern that can be like linguistically tracked and predicted.
Yeah. That's really similar to Spanish as well. Like there's so many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different dialects within every country.
That's why no matter where I go, I'm terrified to use my Spanish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is so different that like there are some versions of Spanish that like I even at the
like
height,
Castilian Spanish.
No, that's like Spain Spanish. That's what I'm saying. That's like what I learned. That's like
because I
proper Spanish.
Oh my God, that's so funny because I always learned South American Spanish in my classes,
and I wish I had, but for whatever reason, like almost all of my professors.
You went to Spain.
Yeah, I think it's because my school had a sister school in Spain, and so I think we were able to hire like shared professors.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But because of that, but even in like in high school, one of my teachers was from Spain. Anyway, but then like talk about like let's say like Cuban Spanish. There's like a bunch of words that are like aspirated. So like instead of saying like muchas gracias, it's like mucha gracia, and like they just like straight up be dropping consonants.
Kind
and
of
I'm
like the British rhotic R.
Yes, which takes us to our next point. I don't know. I thought that was a transition.
Which takes us to our next point. No, it doesn't. We've been talking about this a little bit already. Well, I just want to read this actually that I highlighted because I just think it's cute what I liked 15 years ago or whatever.
So this is like your original annotation.
My original highlights. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just talking about like, okay. All spoken languages are equal in linguistic terms. All spoken languages are equally capable of conveying a full range of ideas and experiences and developing to meet new ideas as they arise. Blah, 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 blah. Talking about like the different ways that's true. This paragraph says, many languages also have a complex system of honorifics. You know what an honorific is?
No, tell me.
Kind of just like a name you call someone. Sir, ma'am, but also like sis, bitch, like you know, like anything you call someone that's like not their name can be an honor, linguistically is an honorific.
Okay.
If like a form is asking you for an honorific, that's like sir, ma'am, miss.
Got it.
Actually, I think that is a salutation.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay,
so
but
honorific's kind of like a nickname.
Yeah, like babe.
Yeah.
Okay. Many languages have a complex system of honorifics, which requires that speakers situate themselves in social space in relationship to the person addressed. That is, the speaker will choose among as many as a dozen or more words or suffixes or tones to add to the utterance. Utterance is the spoken version of sentence. Sentence is written, utterance is spoken. Same thing. Because spoken, it's very rarely a good complete sentence. It's an utterance.
Yeah, true. Fair.
This is what I highlighted. I don't know why. I just thought it was cool. In Thailand, young teenage girls, socially very low in the scheme of things, also everywhere in the world, routinely end their sentences with the tag, "I little rat." Isn't that so cute? Question mark.
I love that.
That's like saying something and then being like, "But I'm just a girl."
Yeah, totally. Same vibe.
There's something else I was gonna say back here. What was it? There's a couple of things. Okay, so this was talking about like a speaker will choose among as many as a dozen or more words or suffixes or tones. Those are like the ways to convey meaning in language. You know how like Chinese, which my sister-in-law speaks, it's like tonal.
Yeah.
Which I can't. My brother is learning and he like says stuff to me and I'm like, it's a little too foreign for me without, I think, some serious formal training to like understand what you're doing here.
Yeah, that's, I mean, because I think that the critique from a lot of Asian like speakers of English is that it's very monotone because we don't do that. Like, yeah, our voices go up and down naturally, like what mine just did, but it's not like that doesn't change the meaning of what I'm saying.
Well, but it can.
True.
Because like, I thought this was a question.
Yeah.
But it's actually not a question.
Yeah. But I think for them, you're like
no, I totally know
the tone affects the utterance.
It affects like the not the like perceived meaning. It affects like the real technical meaning.
Technical meaning.
So we've talked about this. Grammaticality does not equal communicative effectiveness. Saying me and Kate are going to the store, not grammatically sound, does not affect communicative effectiveness. Being effective communicators is all linguists are looking for here, right? They don't care if it's right or wrong. There is no right or wrong unless you are not being understood.
I wonder how long did it, like, was this like accepting kind of like vibe of linguistics always the case? Or is that kind of like a newer
It's really complicated.
development?
It's really complicated. There's like people on both sides. There's like, okay, so we learned pretty early on about like prescriptivists versus descriptivists. Prescriptivists prescribe what you're supposed to do. Like your teacher is like, you have to spell this way. Prescription. They're prescribing what you need to do. Linguists generally try to be descriptivists, where they're describing what is already happening.
Okay. Yeah.
And throughout history, there's been a lot of both. I think more and more descriptivists every day. I see people, laypersons, not linguists, out here on the internet talking about these concepts without really knowing that they're talking about linguistics. You know, being like, how a person speaks shouldn't matter. You knew what he was saying. Why are you nitpicking?
Yeah.
Right? So like, I think it is getting more descriptivist as time goes on, but there still is like for a long time, I think maybe like to this day, I learned about this in college. I think it might still be a thing. There's like a French language society in France that is a society of like linguists who are here to like preserve the French language and its like glory. And they tell you how to talk because it matters to them, you know, like they think that by preserving French the way it has been, especially it used to be like the number one global language. They're trying to like hold on to that. And what they're really doing is holding French back.
Yeah.
From growing. Not that I don't think they can like, I kind of forget the details. That's really interesting. Maybe I'll do a whole episode about them.
Yeah.
I kind of forget what they can do.
Because, yeah, like languages should be living.
They're living. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So we've talked about that a lot, about grammaticality. versus communicative effectiveness. Okay, this is an important one. We talked about this, but let's talk about it more. Written language and spoken language are historically, structurally, and functionally fundamentally different. In the history of humankind, widespread literacy is relatively new development, one that trailed along behind technological advances in printing and the manufacture of paper. I mean, remember 500 years ago, fucking nobody knew how to read.
Yeah, if you did, that it was like your special job.
Yeah, so like people conflate writing and speaking a lot. That's why people be like out here nitpicking people's grammar, because they're like, if you say it like this, you're gonna write it like this, and you're gonna get a low score on your test or whatever. But it's like not true. And if someone, like, I remember my parents used to like micro police my language.
Mine
just
too.
Dumb shit. Like, because they're like, what do parents do? I don't know. Say may I.
Yeah.
That is a huge thing for me. May I versus can I is the exact same fucking question.
Yeah.
But like, if you are like I can write very formally very well. I know so many of the rules, right? I think if you took a group of 500 people, there's a good chance I might be the best technical writer out there, right? But I talk like a dumb bitch a lot of the time because it's fun and because I'm casual and I'm with my friends.
Yeah, because you don't want to be this like Hermione ass stiff.
Oh my gosh, I literally watched Half-Blood Prince today. Just little funsies for the cold times. Yeah, exactly. Like you want to be chill. You want to like, okay, you want to be chill. You don't want to think about it too hard. You also want to like indicate that you're in an in-group. Like when I went to school in Norfolk, Virginia, which is a very Black community and a very Black school, I had friend groups with a lot of Black friends, and we all spoke a lot more Blackly than I do now. And I would say stuff that would indicate to other people who my friends were. Not in a I have Black friends way, but like I'm a part of this group of people.
Yeah.
You know? Just like I use the word jaunt a lot in college. You know that one?
I do. Yeah. I went to a predominantly Black high school, so
oh really?
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah,
like just stuff like that. Also, I really laid it on thick with the Norfolk, which is like that's regional. You don't have to be Black to say it that way.
No, but most people who say it that way are old at this point.
I think it's a lot of people who have been raised there. There was a lot of young Black people saying it like that.
Norfolk?
At ODU. Yes,
really.
Yes, for sure.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Or like these days, I don't know what I do these days because it's so natural to me.
So natural.
But yeah, you're in an in-group, you know, you're indicating what kind of person you are with the way you speak in a way that writing is not the same. And very interestingly, like internet writing is this like middle ground.
Yeah.
Where like I spell everything right unless I'm like intentionally being so chill about it. You know what I mean?
Do you remember that time when people would do a double ampersand?
That was me.
Oh, that was you.
We talked about that on this show. There's an episode titled after that.
Yeah. It takes me back.
Sure do. Yeah, like there's all kinds of things people do online that like carry. I mean, emojis are like a whole other thing. Like,
true.
This is mostly just a disclaimer that everything I'm saying about speech and writing, internet writing, is like this weird middle ground because it is like talking. Like you and I texting back and forth is like talking. You and I spell everything right. I don't need someone to spell everything right when they're talking to me. We just do because of like the kind of education we've had.
Yeah.
But like we also are like super casual and we don't use complete sentences and like we use a lot of like implied meaning. Like you ever get an okay with a period at the end?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit.
That's trouble.
It's trouble.
That's trouble. Well, if you just say okay, that's not trouble.
Yeah. Or like I think ... also has a lot of heaviness to it.
Okay, ... has a lot of heaviness, but if your aunt texted you something ... would you take that same heaviness from it, or would you be like, that's a boomer who doesn't know how to text?
It's boomer.
It's all about context. It's so fucking interesting.
It is.
It's so fucking interesting. I think this is the last one. Yes, because the chapter's over. The last linguistic fact of life Variation is intrinsic to all spoken language at every level. Spoken language varies. Big textbook flop down. Spoken language varies for every speaker in terms of speech sounds, sound patterns, word and sentence structure, intonation, meaning, and meaning from utterance to utterance. This is true even for those who believe themselves to speak in an educated, elevated, supra-regional English, aka like what supra-regional is what they're saying. That's like beyond region. So basically like people who are like, I speak standard English.
Yeah.
Don't. That's not a thing.
Because
like,
you always have some influence of regionality.
Yes. Like hardcore. Like if you survey people and saying like, where is standard English spoken? The biggest, you'll get a little bit of like DC, Nova, Maryland. You'll get a little bit of Midwest. Like there's a lot of different places where people think they speak standard English. Some people know. Boston, those people know they have accents.
Yeah.
Texas, those people know they have accents. So it's kind of just like conceited to be like, oh, well, it sounds normal to me.
Yeah.
So this must be the normalist. But that's not true because first of all, I'm from Nova. You're from an hour away, which on a map of a world is not a meaningful distance. But you're from the South, and I'm not really. We both now have Southern speech features in our dialects. Okay. Also, we're both young women, so young. And we're both like, a lot of the time. But we don't have to talk that way. We can take it away. We can code switch. But like, no one is innocent. No one is innocent of like dialectal features. And especially like the farther back you go, like, my grandma was born and raised in Arlington, Virginia. She said fucking Washington, D.C. Like, that ain't normal. That is not normal. And, like, you could say, like, okay, if you are pronouncing everything as close to how it's spelled, that's standard. First of all, English is a garbage language made up of... It's like when you make chili out of, like, whatever's left in your fridge. That's English, right? We got German. We got Latin. We got French. We got Norse. Did I say German already?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in here. And so like our spelling is
insane.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. What are you going to pronounce it? Doubt?
Yeah.
Instead
Insane.
of doubt? Or like you go to like, and then like you get into like who's right? We call it Nevada, but the people who live there call it Nevada. Are they right? Are we right? Because more people say Nevada than Nevada because it's just the people who live in Nevada who say Nevada.
Yeah. Or like people in Britain say oregano.
Oh my God. Oh, I was listening to something today and they said something so crazy and I was like, is that how you say that? I can't remember what it was, but I was like, oh my God. Sometimes I still get surprised by British English is what I'm getting at.
Same.
Okay. There are three main sources of variation in spoken language. Language internal pressures arising in part from the mechanics of production and perception. So I think what that's saying is like, we did not need to have words to describe AI 10 years ago, as an example.
Okay. Yeah.
But now we do. So we have new words now, or like new meanings for old words, right? External influences on language, such as geographic mobility and social behavior subject to normative and other formative social pressures. For example, the tribes of the British Islands in like 900 BC got invaded by the Roman Empire. That's an external force. We now have Latin in our language because of that. We got invaded twice by the Romans. I don't know how, I think a couple hundred years apart. We also got invaded by the French, who the French language came from Roman, but was different.
Yeah. It's like Norman or Saxon or something like that. I don't know.
Norman is France. Saxon is a tribe that was on Britain that got invaded by the Normans. And also like the Normandy is like, I don't know how big the English Channel is, but it's not huge. Like, they were not that far apart.
That whole continent is not big.
No. I was watching Roman Holiday yesterday, as you know. Lovely movie, enjoyed it quite a bit. And they were talking, the big thing was like, do you think it's going to be cool if Europe combines into like one union. And I was like, oh my God, that was so recent. What the
Yeah. Wow. I didn't even remember that was a plot point.
Yes. Okay. And then 3, variation arising from language as a creative vehicle of free expression.
Ooh.
I'm going to say it once and I'll never say it again. 6, 7. That is something that kids say because they think it's funny and they can.
Yep.
Oh, that's all it needs.
That's all it needs.
Let's make a baby. I'm not going by Christina anymore. Call me Cloud. That's something that is happening in a book I'm reading. So this bitch's mom is like, call me Cloud.
Oh my God.
Saying literally when you mean figuratively. That's just goofy fun that people are doing.
Yeah.
And we just can, baby.
I love
just
that.
Can. Do you have any questions about our class today?
No, I don't. But I hey, nerd out about that anytime is very interesting to me.
Thank you. I'm so passionate. I got a degree in something I care so much in that has just 0 jobs out there.
Oh no. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry about that.
Let me tell you about linguistics. I just put a sticker on my suitcase yesterday because I was standing in the I was standing in the baggage carousel trying to find my bag, and I was like, these all of these look the same. I know mine's a different color, but like my brain is so dead right now. I was like, I need like I actually should put like 600 stickers on my suitcase. So I know which is which. So I put one on my suitcase that said English major, doing it for the money, which my mother bought me. So I'm not doing it for the money.
No.
But here I am.
Isn't that what your dad said? Like, you can get a job anywhere if you're an English major.
Yeah,
something
because
like that.
he got an English degree in 1988.
Yeah.
And he just marched onto Wall Street and became a salesman or
He's
whatever.
like, can I have a job?
Knock, knock, knock. I saw that. I'm in like our job hacks or whatever because I'm trying to nothing. Trying to nothing. I just happen to be in that subreddit because Reddit gives you anything. And someone was like, literally someone on Reddit was like, the problem is people don't just walk into places asking for jobs these days. Stand out. And I was like, as in
Dad?
No one would hate that. Like, people hate that these days.
I hated that. Didn't you hate that when you worked like at restaurants or like retail stores and people would just be like, hi, I'm here for a job?
No, restaurants and retail I think is the place to walk in.
Oh.
But if I'm working at a business and you walk in, I'm like, yeah, here's my email address.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I was gonna say at the front desk, like at the medical practices I worked at, people would come in and I'd be like,
here's my
no
resume.
one has time to talk to you right now.
Exactly. No one has time to talk to you. Yeah. Yeah. So,
and also it's a paper resume. What are they supposed to do with that?
I'll just
stack it on their desk
on my stack of things I never look at.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for Burn Before Reading.
Until next week, remember,
your cringe is part of you,
but it is a living example of freedom. So don't even sweat it, babe.
Freedom.
Thanks for listening to Burn Before Reading.
Created by me, Christina Kahn.
Hosted and produced by Christina Kahn and me, Leela Hilton.
Logo designed by Michael Hardison. Follow him on Instagram at RoyGBivRVA or check out his work at wildlingpress.com.
Theme music by Sakura Wishes.
Find me online at Christina Kahn.
And find me at Leels for Reels.
Follow the podcast on Instagram and Tumblr at BurnBeforePod.
Or feel free to give us an email at burnbeforepod@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening, friends.
See you next time.